Okay, hello. Just thought I'd do a quick show of the experiences I've had using the internal microphone on the Deluge and other bits and pieces. So let's get to it. If we get this thing back in focus, there we go. So what I'm going to use, or what I'm using, sorry, is I've got an iPad, which is this thing, and that's going into the Roland Go Pro mixer straight from these outs of the Deluge. And currently I've got a super cheap, it's actually one of these Taiwanese, Japanese, Chinese, whatever type microphones that cost about £1.99. I got it in a pack of 5 for £10, and that's plugged into the Roland Go at the moment. And what I'll do is I'll silence that and just use audio from the Deluge. So let's get that set up. So let's get the Deluge switched on. Comes on to a standard synth, and we need to enable the microphone. So if I go to Shift Synth, makes a new synth, and I need to put the output, so I'll go to OSC1 type, want in. So now I'll switch this microphone in the GoPro down, and if I press this button you can hear me speaking. I'm having to speak a bit loud at the moment because this is on low gain, so now I'm going to turn it up to high gain. No, I was wrong, that's on high gain. Let me turn up on the Roland. There we go, that's better. So we're on high gain. Let's put it on low gain. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go, you can just hear me. So we've now got that microphone, internal microphone on the Deluge, working all the time. It's pitched at a C3 standard pitch, which is my voice pitch. The Deluge just can alter that if you just press a different note.
So now, speaking at the same pitch, it comes out sounding weird. And we can also
So anyway, back to what we're doing,
which is what we
really need to concentrate on. We'll make a note, continuous. Press play and I don't have to hold that note down. So there we are. This is quite a handy little feature. You can talk over stuff with the internal microphone. That's great, dependent upon what you want to record. You may want to use a different one, so you may want to have a lapel microphone, so we'll pop that on. I'll turn the volume down, put it on low gain. Okay, as you can see, with the microphone really close to my mouth, it's hardly registering, and that's on low gain. But if I turn to high gain, I can put it back down here, and then we can use it like the Deluge internal. I'll just leave this, I've got a clock here, so you can listen to the ambient tick on the clock for a second, and I'll swap microphones to the internal on the Deluge to compare it to this one. So that's a reasonable comparison. So we've got internal mic on the Deluge, super cheap mic for £1.99. The next one I'll go to is perhaps try the Zoom H4n, and I'll come from the output on the side here. to line out into the Deluge microphone. I should have switched that on first, but I didn't. In the background, if you can hear anything, it might be my wife who's practicing. She sings and plays guitar. Right, we're up on this now. Okay, so I've got that about half volume. We're on low gain, and this is from the Zoom because the mic's pointing at the clock. You've got that. Now, handling noise is an issue with the Zoom, I found. So as you move it around or press the buttons, you get that noise. I'm just going to change those. They've got what's a 90 degree, I don't know if you can see that position, and a 120 degree position for the spread of the microphone to pick up. The advantage of this is you can do something with the Deluge and change the angle of the microphone. And change emphasis, because if it's closer to something, it'll pick that up more than the other things. So also you've got the ability to change record level. And that can balance very well. If you've got something a long way away, or you're doing ambient sounds outside, you can increase the gain on the Deluge, which I'll do now. But you have to then be very careful about clipping. So you can hear now, it's clipping quite a bit. So what you can do is turn down the Deluge, turn down the Zoom and increase the volume on the Deluge. And you can then decide the background hiss, is it more or less with high gain, low gain. So if I turn this up again, you can hear that as it comes up, it's actually quieter to have the Deluge on low gain and increase the gain on the Zoom. Not with all microphones though. The third one is going to be this cheap Behringer C2 microphone, which I'll leave there. Plug this into the Zoom. Let's turn the volume down. Okay. So with this connected, you can hear it now, quite a bit of hiss picking up the clock. You need the Zoom with the record pause on if you're going to be doing level checks on the Zoom, and it's not actually recording now, but you can see the levels there. So you can change, if this has phantom power on or off. And at the moment, see, we're on 24 volts phantom power. If you don't put phantom power on the Zoom, you won't get the noise out. So there we go. You can't hear it. So you couldn't hear anything in the last bit because I turned phantom power off. So for a microphone like this one, you need phantom power, which obviously reduces battery life, which is another consideration. Although this will run on mains. So what else would you need to see? You can also put it into the line in. Should we do that now? Just try the line in automatically cuts out the mic. Let's go back to internal mic on there. You can actually record stereo in and these two at the same time, so it can be like 4 channels at once, and you can also use it as a 4-channel mixer, so it's quite handy. They're set in the mode setting at the bottom there. Oh. Stop the recording. Mode. So you've got stereo, 4-channel, or like a 4-track recorder, where you can use this as a mixer, depends upon what you've got in. So it's quite a flexible device. I'll put it back on stereo. And for the stereo, you can record either using these two, plug an external microphone into there, or use these 2 inputs here. Anyway, put that out of there, pop that into the adapter, so stereo adapter. I'll turn the volume down, I'll plug it in, and there we go, that's into line in. So the gain here, I'll switch to low, there we go. That is in effect for the microphone, but not here. So it's slightly different sound, depends on whether you put it into line in or if you put it into here. That'll be the amplifier circuit inside the Deluge, I would think, because we've got the same output, makes the character of the sound. Where's the thing gone? So this is into mic low gain from the Zoom. That's mic high gain from the Zoom. And this is into line in. So it does sound to my ears anyway slightly different when you do that. That's as far as we're going to go. We've already got to too long, it's 13 minutes now. So the last thing I was going to do is just show the interesting bits and pieces that are available whilst you've got this thing coming in. So you can obviously alter the cutoff filter, alter the filter type, if you can hear that. So we also have that ability, change different filters, and it affects how the audio is recorded and heard. That's the handling noise for that. We'll switch back to the internal microphone. I'll put it back on high gain and move that out of the way. Don't need that at the moment. And have a look at what else we can do with your voice when you put it in. We've already seen that it will pitch up and down, and it'll also play it, so you can obviously play it, and as you speak it will pitch it up and down. You can use the arpeggiator, and that's a bit interesting. You can do all sorts of unusual. There we go, look at that. or we can use the gate. If we extend the gate, there we go. Drop that down to single pitch up 1 and we get 2. You can use any of the modes, so you can even have it on random. Change the level, and that's the volume level of the arpeggiating.
There we go.
And turn it off again. There we go. You can use your effects, so we can put a flanger on the voice. We can change settings. One of the advantages of using an external microphone, if I plug this one in, there we go, is that you get less noise depending on where you put the microphone. So we can put it up here and you hear less of the clicky noises from the box. However, they may help. So yeah, that's those, the phases and stuff. You can also obviously use your sources to change the various different settings as you would on a normal voice. So you can take the resonance and put it onto an LFO. There we go. So you have that working at the same time. We can just, there we go, and just put that back onto 0 and take the resonance off, go to LFO on 0 is good. Yep, so try things, you know. You can use another oscillator, I think. Let's go to type, and while you're you know, talking away, you can use the other oscillators. So of course you could put another sample. There's all sorts of where's that one? There's all sorts of things that you can get working with it. The effects still work, you know, if you want to use those. Put a bit of reverb on. You can obviously alter pitch. Have an interesting effect. So you can, low and slow, alter what the pitch is doing, and then yes, there we go. Take that off. Go to saturation, and the same thing you can. Yeah, you know, if you like that kind of thing. It's fun, is it not? I wonder if unison works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It sounds like it works. It's rather interesting. Adds a bit of something. Yes, it does. Well, there we go. There is a bit of a. What else can we do with this? Let's go to there. There we are. Don't know what the click is now. Maybe it's something to do with. I don't know. Right, so Anyway, you can play. Anyway, hello, hello, hello. So you can have a play with that. There's some weird stuff on there. I don't know. Is that better? Maybe that's it. Maybe it's trying to do something. Maybe someone could look at that at Synthstrom. When he put the, I think it was the unison thing that started to make it sort of clip or do something funny, added to the other effects. I don't know. Maybe it's something I did, probably. So I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, go and explore what you can do with your voice.